Hi again, everyone. This is Tim from Cleveland Baseball Fan 879, and this is start number 36 of the 1972 Gaylord Perry Strat Super Advanced Starts Only replay. Today, the Indians head to Milwaukee to play the Brewers. Perry's record on the season is 19-13, and in 287 innings pitched, has allowed 69 earned runs, has walked 61, and struck out 167. And has a 2.16 ERA. Very Clevelandish, if you might say. All right, so on this September 13th, it is a night game in Milwaukee. And a very, 1-2 is good, 3-11 is average, and 12-20 is bad. It's a 5, which normally would be good weather, but it's average weather today in Milwaukee, or as Alice Cooper called it, Milwaukee. Since it's average. Ballpark singles, 1-8 for lefties, 1-11 for righties, and ballpark home runs are a 1 for each side. So not many are going to be hit out today. So Milwaukee was a pitcher's park. All right, and the starting lineup for the visiting Cleveland Indians. Leading off is the center fielder, Buddy Bell. Batting second and is the second baseman, Jack Brohammer. Batting third, the first baseman, Chris Chambliss. Cleaning up and playing third base is Greg Nettles. Batting fifth and left field is Tommy McCraw. Batting sixth and playing right field is John Lowenstein. Batting seventh and catching is Jerry Moses. Batting eighth and playing shortstop is Frank Duffy. And batting ninth and pitching is Gaylord Perry. For the Brewers, defensively, behind home plate is Ellie Rodriguez. At first base is George the Boomer Scott. At second base is Ron Theobald. At third base is Mike Ferraro. At shortstop is Rick Auerbach. As you can tell, I'm not really familiar with the 70s Brewers. All right, in left field is John Briggs. In center field is Dave May. And in right field is Joe LaHood. All right, and here is Buddy Bell. Four and a 5 against a righty. That's into right field for a base hit. Bell is a very good hold, -5. Which helps because, Rodriguez is a -1, so it'd be a -5 and a -7. So they're probably not going to hold many people on unless they have the asterisk. All right, havoc roll for Bell. Nothing on the 8. There's Jack Brohammer. Six and an 8 against the lefty. Ground ball to first. Scott the second for 1. The return throw is not in time. 1 away here on the top of the first, and they will not hold Brohammer on. Nothing on the havoc roll. Here's Chris Chambliss, the first baseman. 3 and a 4. Swung on and missed. Struck him out. 2 down for Greg Nettles. Nothing on the 5. Here's the pitch to Nettles. And that's a chance for the third baseman. Not holding him on. Third baseman Ferraro, 3 and a 6. He will get to it. Charging. And a 9, 21. There is no 9, so charging and making the fielding it and throwing to first is Ferraro, and that will retire the side. So the Tribe go in order here in the first. Bottom of the first, Indians nothing, Brewers coming to bat. And Theobald, Rodriguez, and May do up for the Brewers. It's very weird to have a catcher batting second, but All right. So batting order for the Brewers: Theobald, Rodriguez, and May, Scott, Briggs, and LaHood, Ferraro, Auerbach, and Bell. 1 and a 9, fly ball to left field. And there is McCraw, 1 away. And here is Ellie Rodriguez. 4 and a 6. And that's a 15. So that's a cutoff in left center field. And Rodriguez has a 1-out single. They will not hold him on. Here is Dave May. Oops. Nothing on the 5 for the Havoc roll. Oops. Re-roll that. That's to the pitcher. Perry, a 1 and a 5. I don't think that'll be the turn 2. 1 and a 5. No, it will not. And Perry is an E8. There should not be a 10. No. So Perry, little dribbler up along the third base line. Bare hands, throws to first in time to get May. Moving to second is Rodriguez. And there are 2 down for George the Boomer Scott, who may have been traded to Boston for Cooper. Kind of sounds like a trade that would make sense. Nothing on the 9. Oops, and 1 and a 7, swung on and missed, struck him out. Now we'll retire the side. So nothing for the Brewers in the bottom half, and actually I'm going to look up that George Scott trade and see if that was what the trade that was made. Timeout. So no, actually George Scott was not traded for Cecil Cooper. The trade for George Scott was a big one. It was Lonborg, Ken Brett, Billy Canigliaro, Joe LaHood, and Don Pavletich from the Red Sox to the Brewers for Tommy Harper, Marty Patton, Luke Krause, and minor league outfielder Pat Scrabble. Okay, learn something new every day. And now here's McCraw, Lowenstein, and Moses due up here in the top of the second. Four and a 5, and that's a base hit into left field. The Indians have had the leadoff runner in 2 innings. Now they will have to hold on McCraw although they don't have to, because it'd be -7. So if they wanted to let him get the jump on an 8, they'd let him. So they're not going to hold him on. And he will not try to get the jump here. Havoc roll for Bell. Nothing on the 18. Here's John Lowenstein. And that's a 1 to 9 double chance, but that 11 means it's a nice running catch by the center fielder, May. 1 away. Oh, Lowenstein put a good charge into that one, but could not make the catch. And here's Jerry Moses. Nothing on the Havoc roll. Six and a 5. Bouncer to third. To second to get McCraw. But Moses will beat it out. Was not hit very hard, so they got the sure out at second. 2 away. And here's Frank Duffy. And Moses will not be held on. Nothing on the 13. 4 and a 9. Just a bit outside ball 4. And here comes Gaylord Perry. With 2 outs here in the top of the second. And that's just a bit outside ball 4. So missing wide on a couple of these is Bell. And he has walked the bases loaded. Here's Buddy Bell, no relation to Jerry. Havoc roll. Nothing on the 14. There's Buddy Bell. 4 and a 4. Catcher chance. That's a 4, so Rodriguez as a 2. Ooh, this could be interesting. So 2 and a 4 is a WG. Rodriguez is a 5. That's a 7. There is no 7, so WG. And since there are runners on base, that ball will get past Rodriguez, and everybody moves up 90 feet. Scoring from third is Moses. The third is Duffy. The second is Perry. And the Indians lead 1-0, and we will re-roll. Six and a 7 is a ground ball to short. And Auerbach will throw out Bell to retire the side. But the Indians get one on the wild pitch and lead 1-0 going into the bottom of the second. And Briggs, LaHood, and Ferraro do up here for the Brewers in the bottom of the second. And there's the pitch to Briggs. Whoops, we will re-roll. All the dice did not go through. Five and a 10 against a lefty. Weak roller to first, and Chambliss will tag the bag himself, one away. And here is LaHood. Three and a 4. Bouncer to second. Brohammer throws out LaHood, 2 down. And here's Mike Ferraro. Four and an 8. 1-5 single chance. That's a 3. And Ferraro has himself a 2-out single. And they will not hold him on. Here's Auerbach. Havoc roll. Nothing on the 9. Oops, and 6 and a 7 is a tapper to third. And Nettles throws out Auerbach. That will retire the side. So we are through 2. 1-0 Indians. And Brohammer, Chambliss, and Nettles do up here for the Indians in the top of the third. And there's the pitch to Brohammer. 4 and a 6. And that's a 1-4 single chance, but that's a 15. So getting it is the shortstop Auerbach. He will throw out Brohammer. 1 away. And here is Chambliss. Chambliss struck out his first time up. 3 and a 12. 1-10 single chance, but that's a 14. So the D20 not being kind to the Indians so far. And that's a line drive to second base, caught by Theobald, 2 down. And brings up Greg Nettles. 1 and a 2. And they say that got him on the shoulder. And Nettles will take his base. So 2-out base runner. They will not hold Nettles on. Here is McCraw. Havoc roll, nothing on the 19. And here's the pitch to McCraw. And against the lefty, another 1-4 single chance. That's a 12th, so ground ball to short. And McCraw is retired, and that will end the top of the third. Indians lead 1-0. And Bell, Theobald, and Rodriguez due up in the bottom of the third. And here is Bell using pitcher hitting card number 1. He is a switch hitter batting left-handed with weak power. And a 1 and 11 swung on and missed. Struck him out. Second strikeout for Perry. And facing back to the top of the order around Theobald. And here's the pitch to Theobald. Oops. And now it is an official game. All right. And Theobald takes just a bit low, ball 4. First walk by Perry, and they will not hold on Theobald. Brings up Ellie Rodriguez. They're not expecting a bunt here. Nothing on the 4. Rodriguez actually is decent. Looks like he has decent numbers. 6 and a 4. That's the center field. That could be a problem for Buddy Bell, and it will. I'll get over his head. It's a 6. Oh boy, that could be even bigger trouble. Bell is a 4. And no, the 6 is okay. 4, 16, and 18 are the errors. But the 3 and the 1, that will get over the head of Buddy Bell. And rounding second, heading for third, he's not stopping there, and he will score as Bell has trouble with it. Oops. RBI double for Ellie Rodriguez, and the Brewers have tied the game at 1. Here's Dave May, runner on second. They will not hold on Rodriguez. And that's just a bit outside, and Perry looks in a disgusting look at the home plate umpire, thinking he's getting squeezed. But no, he is not. Here's George Scott. Nothing on the 11. Oops. And the 1 at a time roll gets him a 5-8. That's to the second baseman. They're not holding anybody on, so Brohammer will stay a 2. 2 and a 14. Oh, they could turn 2 here. And they will. Wait a minute, no, second. First and second, yeah. So Brohammer to Duffy to Chambliss, inning-ending double play. But the Brewers tie the game on the Rodriguez double. And after 3 complete, it is the Indians 1 and the Brewers 1. Lowenstein, Moses, and Duffy due up here in the top of the 4th. And Lowenstein watches strike 3. 1 down. Here's Jerry Moses. Oops. Well, we roll, not all 3 dice went through. 6 and a 4. That's a fly ball to center field. And May, a 2 and a 4. Well, he might not. Oh, he has a beat on it. Oh boy, 14. May is a 7. 15, 17, and 18, along with 3 and 4 would be errors. So nice running catch by May. Crashes into the wall, but hangs on and makes the catch 2 away. Here's Frank Duffy. 6, 7. And that's a bouncer to short. And Auerbach retires Duffy. And that will retire the side. 1, 2, 3 go the Indians here in the 4th. We go to the bottom half. Tied at 1. And Perry will face Briggs, LaHood, and Ferraro. And here's Briggs. And that is a ballpark single chance, 1 to 8. That's a 3. So Briggs with the leadoff single. And they will not hold him on. Here is Joe LaHood. Nothing on the 16. 4 and a 9, swung on and missed, struck him out. Here's Mike Ferraro. Nothing on the 18. Here's Ferraro. Three and a 6, fly ball center field. And Buddy Bell camps under it. And that retires Ferraro 2 away. Here is Rick Auerbach. Six and a 7. Little roller to third. And once again, Auerbach is retired by Greg Nettles. And that will retire the side. We go to the top of the 5th, tied at 1. Perry, Bell, and Brohammer due up for the Indians here in the top of the 5th. And here's the pitch to Buddy Bell, or to Gaylord Perry. Buddy Bell is on deck. 4 and a 4. Once again, that's a catcher chance. And that's a 6, so nobody on base. This should be okay. And that's a 10. 2 and a 6. There's a pop flyer pop out. Rodriguez is a 5. That's a 10. There is no 10. So without any runners on base, it's just a little pop-up out in front of the plate. Rodriguez throws off the mask and makes the catch. Retire Perry. 1 down. Here's Buddy Bell. Bell is 1 for 2. Led the game off with a single and then grounded out. 6 and a 6. Fly ball to left field. And that will be caught by Briggs, 2 down. And here's Jack Brohammer. Three and a 7. That's a fly ball to center field. And May camps under it. And 1, 2, 3 go the Indians here in the 5th. Go to the bottom half, tied at 1. And then we have Bell Theobald and Rodriguez. And here's a pitch to Jerry Bell. And 6 and an 8. That's a switch hitter. Bouncer to second. And that will retire Bell, one away. Here's Ron Theobald. Six and an 8. And that's a fly ball to center field. And Theobald is retired. Here's Ellie Rodriguez. It's 2 up, 2 down. Five and a 10. Bouncer to short, and that will retire the side. We go to the top of the 6th. Take a little bit of a timeout here, and we'll be back to the action at the top of the 6th, tied at 1. All right, as we start the top of the 6th, this is Jerry Bell's point of weakness inning, so any combination of 3 hits and or unintentional walks will lead to Bell being tired. 6 and an 8 against the lefty. Ground ball to first, and Scott will take it to the bag himself, and that will retire Chambliss, who's now 0 for 3. And here is Greg Nettles. Another 6 roll, 6 and a 5. And that's another grounder to first, and once again, Scott will take it to the bag himself. And here's Tommy McCraw. Five and a 4. That's to the third baseman. Ferraro, 3 and a 12. That's easily in his range. Ferraro, 21 and an 11. And there is an 11, so he bobbles it. And McCraw reaches on an error. So McCraw, I don't think they'll try to -7 this and go 1 to 8, so they will not hold on McCraw. There's John Lowenstein, nothing on the Havoc roll. One and a 9, swung on and missed, struck him out. That will retire the side. So that error does not count against his point of weakness, so he will still be at full strength. As we go to the bottom of the 6th, and Perry will face May, Scott, and Briggs here in the bottom of the 6th. All right, here is Dave May. And that is a ground ball to second. And Brohammer retires Dave May 1 away. Here's George Scott. Five and a 4. The third base Nettles on a 16. Will range over, field it, and on a 22 and a 14. And there's a 14, so one good third baseman error deserves another, as both third basemen have made an error, and Scott will reach. Oh, Scott will definitely try to get a jump here. Oops, as I drop the D20. Take a timeout here and try to find the D20. So Scott, be a minus, or a home on, it'd be a -6. So if he rolls a 6, he'd be a 1 to 12 to try to get into scoring position. And here's the... It's a 10. He will hold him on, but he will not get a jump. And will not try to use the second steal rating either. All right, so here's John Briggs. Havoc roll for Perry. Nothing on the 9. Two and an 11. That is a ground ball to short, and this time it's Duffy to Brohammer on to Chambliss. Another inning-ending double play, the second one for the Brewers in this game, and that will retire the side. So we go to the top of the 7th, tied at 1. And Bell, this could possibly be his last inning if the Brewers get a rally going. So it could be, but we never know. All right, here's Jerry Moses. Moses, Duffy, and Perry do up here in the top of the 7th. And that's a fly ball to right field. 1 away. And here's Frank Duffy. Four and an 11. And that's a bouncer to third. And Bell is confusing these Indians hitters. 2 down. And here's Gaylord Perry. Walked and popped out to the catcher in 2 appearances. 3 and a 6, and that's a bouncer to short, and that will retire the side. So once again, the Indians go in order. Stretch time in Milwaukee. At the old ball game, LaHood, Ferraro, and Auerbach do up for the Brewers here in the 7th. Here is LaHood, 0 for 2 on the day. 1 and a 3. High pop-up, right side of the infield. Chambliss calls for it and makes the catch 1 away. Here is Mike Ferraro. Six and a 6 righty, bouncer to short. And Duffy throws out Ferraro, 2 down. And here's Auerbach. Five and a 2. Second base chance, and that will get through for Brohammer. Yep, 2 and a 2. And he will not likely make an error. 19. There is no 12. So Auerbach singles. Decisions. Do you send up Bell, who's pitching a gem but has already passed his point of weakness? The answer to that will be no. And Tommy Reynolds will hit for Bell. And Chuck Taylor, they have a very short bullpen, but they do have some starters who can also pitch. So Reynolds will pinch hit for Bell as they try to get some offense to continue the inning. And Chuck Taylor will come into the game and pitch. So 7 good innings for Bell. And here's Tommy Reynolds. Havoc roll first. Nothing on the 13. Now needed to get something off of Perry's card. Reynolds hits lefties much better. And they do. 4 and a 5. And that ball is driven to deep center field. They were not holding on Auerbach, which they probably should have. Auerbach runs at a 15. Not being held on makes him a 16. With 2 outs makes him an 18. That ball is the center field. And Bell has a -1, so 1-17. And they score the go-ahead run. That's a 4. He's in easily. Wouldn't matter if they were holding him on or not. So Tommy Reynolds, with a pinch hit double, gives the Brewers a 2-1 lead. Nice call by the manager there. Wanted to get a better hitter. And now they hope the bullpen can handle it. Here's Theobald. Nothing on the 15 for the Havoc roll. Runner on second. And here's Theobald. Theobald is 0 for 2 with a walk. And that's a bouncer to second. And that will retire the side. But the Brewers do get a run on the pinch hit double by Tommy Reynolds. And they go to the 8th, and now will come on Chuck Taylor. No, they did not make him any, Reebok did not sign any cleats for him. Only basketball shoes. All right, Bell, Brohammer, and Chambliss do up here in the top of the 8th with the Indians trailing 2-1. So didn't even need the Havoc roll yet. Two and an 8 line drive right to second base, and Theobald snags it for the first out. And here's Jack Brohammer. Oops. And we will re-roll. Five and a 12. And against the lefty, that ball is hit to deep left center field, right center field, but just in front of the warning track to make the catch is the center fielder, May. Oh my. Actually, it was the left fielder called him off. Right fielder, sorry. Right center field. So right fielder. In any other ballpark, that probably would have been a home run, but on a 1, or if it was better weather, that would have been a home run. But average weather, no for Brohammer. 2 down. And here is Chris Chambliss. Two and a 6. Popped him up. Right side of the infield. Second baseman Theobald calls for it and makes the catch to retire the side. Brewers go into the bottom of the 8th, leading 2-1. All right, and Perry will face Rodriguez, May, and Scott here in the bottom of the 8th. Here's Rodriguez. Oops. And we will re-roll that, all 3 of them. Four and a 9. Just a bit outside, ball 4. And Rodriguez will not be held on. He'd be 1-9 if he was. Here's Dave May, walked in 3 attempts. Nothing on the 4. 1 and a 6. Bouncer to second. Brohammer to Duffy to Chambliss. Double play. Third double play hit into by the Brewers. 2 outs, nobody on for George Scott. One and a 6, swung on and missed, struck him out, and that will retire the side. We go to the 9th, and Taylor, I guess you could say this would be a save situation, but I guess in the 8th it'd be a save situation. Yeah. We'll let him try to pitch the 9th. So he'd be a 1 if we tried to let him, but he hasn't given up anything. So Nettles, McCraw, and maybe a pinch hitter for Lowenstein. We'll see. All right, Taylor. Pitch to Nettles. Two to 1 Brewers. 3 and a 7. Fly ball to center field. And May makes the catch, 1 away. Here's Tommy McCraw. Three and a 5. Fly ball to right field. And making the catch there is right fielder LaHood. And now here comes Roy Foster to bat for Lowenstein. All right, 2 down, and Foster, your last hope. Lowenstein was 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts on the day. And timeout while I get this, and we will re-roll. That will happen. One and a 6, and all the 1 column was what they wanted, but the 6 was not. Fly ball center field, and May makes the catch, and that's your ball game. Final score from Milwaukee: Indians lose 2-1. Be right back with the details. Okay, final line score: Brewers 2 runs, 6 hits, 1 error. Indians 1 run, 2 hits, 1 error. Perry is your losing pitcher. Tough luck loser. Made 2 mistakes, both doubles that scored a runner from first. 3 walks and 4 strikeouts. Your winning pitcher is Jerry Bell, and Taylor gets the 2-inning save. So he went 7, and Taylor gets the save to go for 2 innings. So Perry's record falls to 19-14, and in 295 innings pitched is giving up 71 earned runs, walked 64, struck out 171. His ERA rises just a tad to 2.17. All right, so the next game is once again with the Red Sox. This time it's back in Boston. And pitching for the Red Sox is Mr. John Curtis. And he and the Red Sox will take on the Indians. All right, everybody, thank you for watching. Please, if you can, leave a like. It helps the video to be seen. If you would like to leave a comment, please do so. And if you have not already subscribed, please hit the subscribe button, hit the bell icon. You'll be notified of any new videos. And whatever game you are playing, please enjoy it to your fullest. Have a good day, everybody.